Welcome back, everyone. Dan Hodges is with us today. He's a naturalist with Johnny Appleseed Metro Park District. I told folks I have to be very candid. This is actually pre-recorded, so there's still snow on the ground behind you. You're looking for the old skunk cabbage, which may be buried now, but by the time you do a hike coming up, probably should be in good shape, right?
Jeff, this is such a cool plant, and I wanted to come out here and share the snow with you because of the properties of this plant. So this is a flower, and a really weird flower. I sent you some pictures, Jeff. This flower has this weird kind of red, fleshy covering on the outside of this small yellow, it's called a spadix, that's covered with this flower. So what this does is it creates a kind of a hood, a capsule around its flower, and that plant, due to some chemical reactions as it's growing, is warmer than the environment around it. In fact, warm enough to melt through the snow. That's why we're out here today trying to find it melting its way through the snow. And with that hood and the warmth that it creates, this early spring wildflower, some of us consider it the earliest of the spring wildflowers. It creates that in an environment where some of these pollinators that have woken up really early, like bees, some flies and other animals as well, can find refuge. So even in the cold, if your bees wake up too early, a skunk cabbage gives them a place, a refugia, right, to try to hide from that cold weather and still get the pollen and nectar that they're looking for. So these are incredible cool plants. They usually grow in kind of swampy areas, and they're like I said, the earliest of the spring wildflowers. And that's what we're kind of looking for on a hike that's coming up this weekend. That's February 27th. That's a Sunday at 1 p.m. out at Kendrick Woods. We're going to come find this plant right here, and we'll be able to see it growing and be able to appreciate sort of this earliest of spring wildflowers.
You know, you brought up a good point. Kendrick Woods has those low areas where it'll get a little swampy in there. Is it native to Ohio? Is it a European thing, or is it's one of ours?
No, skunk cabbage is one of ours, and it's a celebrated plant too. You know, it's called skunk cabbage because if you rip into it just a little bit, it has the essence of skunk with the smell of kind of cabbage that's been sitting on a counter for too long. So it's like it has an interesting odor to it, which, along with that kind of fleshy red kind of color, can attract a lot of animals looking for carrion. Actually, it's kind of designed to attract those animals that are looking for carcasses so that it can come pick up the pollen and share that with other skunk cabbage. But this is a celebrated plant. This is one of Henry David Thoreau's favorite plants. He would say, if you're bogged down with the melancholy of winter, go out to the swamp and see the skunk cabbage. It's ready to go. It's already, it says it rests with spears advanced, ready to shoot. Henry David Thoreau says, not just is this kind of an image of endurance through the period of winter, like we've come to the end of, but rather it's also a sort of an omen of things to come, right? This isn't just about the end of winter. This is about the beginning. And that's what I think is really exciting about this time of year and about the hike on Sunday, is we're looking not so much at the end of something, but rather the beginning of something new. Skunk cabbage, Henry David Thoreau says, sees over the brow of winter's hill. It sees another summer ahead. And that's what we're excited about. That's what I'm excited about. So being able to experience some of those signs of spring, skunk cabbage among them, is going to be really exciting this Sunday. Yeah, nice sign of hope in spring. Just out of curiosity, Thoreau's not the one that named it, because that's not really a real tribute name there that he gave it. No, you know, I think Thoreau probably would have named it something a little more optimistic and a little less focusing on perhaps a negative aspect of the plant, and that's its odor to us. But like I said, it's important. The way it smells and what it's doing, it's a really important plant and designed to be really, really kind of a cool part of our early spring flora out here at in the wild and certainly in the Park District. Okay, love it. Get out to that hike on Sunday. Thank you so much, Dan. We appreciate it. Hey, thanks for having me. Don't forget, you got to get outside. Get outside and check out the skunk cabbage. We'll be back right after this.